مرحبا سعادة السفير، شكرا لانضمامك لنا وشكرا للأساتذة اللي نظموا هذا اللقاء. بصراحة أنا كصحفي وأدير صفحة كندا بالعراقي اللي هي مهتمة بشؤون الجالية العراقية في كندا، راح تكون أسئلتي شوية صحفية سريعة. السؤال الأول، هل حضرتك ذكرت بخصوص الحكومة الإيرانية الدبلوماسيين يزورون العراق بدون فيزا، صح ولا أنا غلطان؟
I mean, it used to be the case, and I think under Mr. Kademi, I think he's tried to be a lot more firm about saying that nobody visits Iraq without an invitation and without a visa. I can't guarantee that that happens every time. I'm saying I think that's his philosophy.
Yeah, perfect. So Canada has launched recently one of the biggest immigration plan in the history, in Canada history, and I think in the world history. So is there any possibility or consideration by the Canadian government to give the asylum to those activists who obviously been tortured or kidnapped or kicked out their places? I consider them one of the those group who will be brought to Canada by this immigration plan.
So we need to separate a few issues, right? Because they tend to get confused a little bit. So the immigration target of Canada, which is 1 million new immigrants over 3 years, only a small portion of that would be consisting of refugees, right? So Canada, we're one of the leading countries in terms of sharing the humanitarian burden for refugees, but the strategy is it's not about refugees, it's about immigrants more broadly, right? So that's not we're creating a new strategy for hosting refugees. And the problem that we face in Iraq when we're talking about activists is people still have to meet the legal definition of a refugee in Iraq and anywhere else in the world. It's true in Myanmar, it's true anywhere. They have to cross a border, they have to leave their country, and they have to first be accepted as meeting the definition of a refugee by the UNHCR. And only when that happens will the UNHCR consider whether resettlement is the best option for them, right? Because if the person is in Turkey, for example, or in Jordan, the UN might decide actually staying in place is the best solution for you. Staying in Turkey, staying in Jordan. In only a small percentage of cases do they say, no, what you need is i'adat tawtin. And then they will go around to the usual countries that take refugees from that program, Australia, Germany, the US, and Canada, and they'll propose and try to find a good match. So that's a very different proposition from saying, Canada's going to send a plane over to Iraq and take, 1,000 activists. It just doesn't work that way. Legally, that's not how our refugee intake system works. And I have to say as well, we have to be careful and ethical in what we do here in Iraq. I'm very careful about not encouraging people or giving them a sense that Canada is in a position to guarantee their safety. And to say, go out there and be activists and challenge the status quo, because I know that these people are exposing themselves to risk, and Canada has no ability to protect them in Iraq. So we have to be really careful about giving people the idea that that there's a plan to rescue people if they run afoul of people who mean them harm. So so I try to be really careful about not promising things that are not real.